Hey yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Low High Trips. And yes, with this episode, um, no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, with this episode, what we're gonna do is, I will not be editing this episode at all because I'm just gonna leave it as raw and uncut. Probably not raw, as in it's not edited at all. There's no cuts in it, but it is what it is, lah. Um, yes. So basically, going back to the episode, this is an announcement that I have officially started using my new mic, which is a Blue Yeti mic. I was deciding this against the HyperX Quadcast, if I'm not mistaken. The one that's a bit red. I mean, super red. It's not a bit red. And honestly speaking, the main reason why I chose this mic is because of the fact that I don't know, it's black. Like I really like black stuff, I think. I mean, but yeah, I mean the red was just a bit, it was really it was a bit too flashy in my opinion. It's not really my vibe, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was actually very happy with this mic. I heard quite a few good things about that mic in the sense that there's a built-in pop filter, um, and the mute button is pretty cool. I think like if you hit it at the top, then the light will just go off. But yes, what I'm trying to say is that I'm very happy with this mic, as you can tell. As you can tell, I'm very decisive. Just took me a few months to decide on that mic. Ever since people have been listening, as in, you know, yeah, really thankful to everyone listening to this podcast. Yeah, really appreciate it. Um, and if you hear like it's not because I'm like dying or something. It's just that I feel like I'm so conscious breathing at the moment. And yes, I'm not gonna edit this podcast at all. I repeat that again just because it's something very challenging to me in the sense that I always feel like, oh, like perfectionism and all that shit. I feel like I don't want to talk about it again and again because I feel like every episode I talk about perfectionism. But yes, it's a lifelong struggle for me, and everything can sort of be linked back to perfectionism slash never being good enough. But the strange thing is that the never being good enough is never really like, there's no proper standard. It's not like, oh, you get 100, it means you're good enough. It's like no matter what you do, you're always like, no, there must be room for improvement. And when you think like in sort of like negative sense, your whole life being thought that, being conditioned to think that way, you feel like, oh shit, there's always room for improvement. There's always ways to improve. That means you're never good enough because good enough means that you do not need to improve anymore. Hope that makes sense. But also like, once again, perfectionism where you want it, you only accept the standard is to be perfect, which is unfortunately heartbreakingly unattainable at most times, but you know what I mean. So yeah, happy this mic. I decided go with it. We're gonna commit. Um, and yeah, just wanna sort of like introduce a little bit as well. Oh yeah, I think this episode I'm just gonna release straight up this week. So if you're listening to it, I probably recorded, I don't know, the day before or something. Just wanted to make it be more, uh, out there. I feel like with my style so far, um, sorry, I was just swallowing my saliva. I didn't realize how difficult it is. You know, sometimes we talk a few minutes at a go. But yes, stay hydrated, guys. Stay hydrated. Yes. Going back to what I was talking about, I feel like the first phase of my podcast is very experimental. I feel like I've been experimenting with like different types of episodes, series that I'm always very interested in. FYI, I have like a million series ideas in my head, but I'm actively trying to tell myself to relax because, if I don't, I'm going to create a series every single episode. And in the end of the day, every series has one episode. So yes, I'm doing my best to calm down. Shout out Casey for providing me that insight. It's very insightful. Instead of, yeah, that makes sense. And okay, so yes, basically, phase one of the podcast is a lot of like self acceptance. It's a lot of like, oh, accepting that you are never gonna be perfect. It sounds sad, but it's not sad. It's not sad, okay? Uh, it's just like, you know, accepting that I don't know, it's just like conscious imperfections. You know what I mean? Like instead of like accidentally being imperfect, I still somehow need to maintain control and sort of like gain that sense of control by making myself think that yes, you're consciously making this imperfect, Aaron. It's not like you did something but you failed, but you purposely fail, if that makes sense. It's like the way to counter perfectionism. So, yes, my advice is to purposely fail if you're a perfectionist. But of course, plan your failures. So, um, yeah, that is essentially like phase one a lot. And phase two for me is a lot of like empowering myself and others as well. Where it's just like, yeah, just fucking do it. Like, don't think that much, you know what I mean? Of course, like, everything's subjective, it's very situational. But all I'm trying to say is just that, sometimes you gotta really do to know what the decisions are in the first place. You know what I'm trying to say? Is in like you don't just jump into the decision making process and just stuck in that loop of thinking non-stop. So all you do is just like, which one's better, which one's better, which one's better. It's like, but you didn't go out there and gather more data. Because I feel like that's what I always do, or data. So it's like you just stay inside and you always think, then you just keep overthinking. That's what they say. I don't really believe in overthinking, but yeah, okay, sure. Say you overthought. And then the point is that you started off at the same place. Like you were, wait. Oh, that was a tram. I thought it was something else. Anyhow, yeah. So what I was trying to say is that you keep thinking in that loop of yours, right? And it's spiraling deeper and deeper. Sure, you might obtain more insight, but all of your insight is based on like your own life experience as well as your lessons in life or whatever it is, right? But yeah, if you don't obtain further data to like keep challenging your own theories, as in like what you believe in, I feel like it doesn't, you know, what I mean? It's like you're not able to really, yeah. So I actually lost my train of thought. And no, this doesn't happen very often, but anyhow, yes, guys, if you're listening to this, yes, this is gonna be the new mic debut. And the reason why I'm recording this episode as well, because I recorded a super long episode with Evans, and I've released 3 episodes so far. But fuck, man, we recorded like a few hours of audio footage, if that's what you call it, or like audio, whatever, file. Yeah, and then 2 hours plus, and one of the was like, it took me so long to edit that 3 episodes. That's why, like, right now, I have like almost an hour of footage still, and I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna put it aside. Man, Evans, if you're hearing this, what the fuck, man? Why do we talk so much? And first of all, we talk without any direction. We talk without any like. We don't. I don't know. I feel like the whole episode is there's no conclusion. It's just like surfing. But maybe sometimes people want to listen to those kind of episodes. I mean, I feel like there's always something for everyone, you know what I mean? That's the reason why I'm trying to approach a more open-minded approach with my podcast. Because of the fact that I feel I don't know, it's just pretty interesting to try different ideas and to actually not really trying different ideas, it's just executing what I have in my mind for quite some time now. And I feel like I'm just restricting myself more than anything. So I don't know. Just gonna put this out there, And I've been informed by some of my friends as well that they wait, let me just drink water. Is where's sorry, I got distracted. I think someone from the opposite apartment's balcony is literally staring at me right now. That's not the right way of using the word literally, but because there's only a literal sense of it. But yes, he's still staring at me, and I'm actually staring at him back. But I'm just uh pretend that I'm recording and very distracted and not really looking at him despite looking at him. Hey yo, if you're that guy listening to this right now, what's up, man? Welcome to Low High Trips. You know, if you're that guy, who knows? Maybe he's listening to me. No one knows. So yeah, phase two. I feel like it's about empowering people, empowering myself. Just wanting to let people have a voice. I think that's very important. Of course, it's just I don't know. I feel like I'm always very interested in people's thoughts. But yeah, just wanting to keep an open mind with everything in life as well. As in, like, just want to be more, experimental. For example, with the podcast genre or whatever you want to call it. And well, I say a lot suddenly today. Normally, when I record, I don't think I say as many times. I feel like sleep deprivation station was a good indicator of how many arms I say when I'm sleep deprived. But I feel like normally when I'm a bit more awake, I don't use as much. But I feel like today I'm just very not conscious. As in, I'm not consciously trying to avoid myself from saying it. Just because I feel like, oh yeah, it's raw and uncut. Might as well just put it out there. Yeah. Because sometimes I feel like podcasts, if you don't do things your way, sooner or later it's gonna feel like work. And I don't think I ever want this to be my second work, you know what I mean? Like I really enjoy doing this. I wouldn't even say it's like hobby or something. I don't know what you can call it. Sure, call it hobby. Sure, it's my hobby. I'll accept that generic term. But yes, if you're listening to this, welcome to almost the phase two of low high trips. What I'll be doing is I'll be doing an annual review. So look out for that. It's gonna be released in the end of May. So for context, this low high trips podcast was released in the end of May 2021. So I'm gonna record a 1 year review, annual review. Plan to do that yearly. But yeah, I'm gonna do my first one, so my first year. So check that out at the end of May. In the next upcoming few episodes, I've collaborated, with a couple of people. I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, one of them is a old footage, as I already said it. So yeah, but yeah, just look out, tune in, whatever. Anyhow, feel free to let me know your thoughts, ideas, any expressions at all, whatever you want to share. Let me know. Any questions at all, ask me and answer on this podcast. So yeah, if you're not following on Low High Trips, that's LOHITRIPS. We are on, as usual, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon, Stitcher. I don't know, the whole lot. YouTube, even YouTube. Go follow the YouTube channel if you want. If you want. But yeah, I'm a bit more active on the Instagram page. It's just something that I do without. Yeah, it's just nice. Anyhow, thank you for listening. Stay high, stay low, stay safe. I'm just gonna go cook dinner right now. If you're listening to this, it should be on the weekend. And yeah, I'm procrastinating the next episode as well, but I'll do my best to post it. Oh yeah, so a lot of people say that they listen to my podcast when they're driving on the way to work or events or whatever it is, and back. So I find it quite interesting as well. Do you do the same? If you do, let me know in the comment section below or slide into my DMs or my WhatsApp if you have it. So yeah, thanks for listening. Really hope that in 2022, whatever goals that you've you know set, whatever plans you've made, whatever sort of like hope that you are grasping at or whatever, I hope all that works out for you. So yeah, take care, stay safe, stay high, stay low. Take care. Did I say take care twice? I Oh, I'm hungry.